Yeah, thank you. First of all, we're really excited to be back in the playoffs. And yeah, this year we've played Portland twice and both have been 1-1. I think the things that we want to take out of those matches were really good. Both first halves were really strong for us. We were able to convert and we were able to defensively hold off, and I think we got a little unlucky multiple times. But I think the biggest thing for us is being how we want to playing our style, playing our intensity and our identity. And if we continue to do that, I think those first halves that we saw at the beginning of the season and the end, closer to the end when we played them, we'll get a full 90 minutes, and that's the plan going forward.
Do you like this one-game playoff system?
It's interesting. I mean, it's all this league's ever known. I think there's multiple ways to do it. Some leagues don't even have a playoff, so I don't mind the one game, but I also would understand an aggregate system. I'd understand a playoff system or like a 3-game kind of, I call it like the baseball system. I feel like they took it from baseball or basketball. I think an aggregate is more of like a soccer, like a home and away is more of a soccer kind of system to play off.
Excitement about this weekend. It's both soccer teams.
Yeah.
You're showing San Diego that no baseball, no football. It's a soccer town now.
It's definitely a soccer town, and I think it's ironic that both the men's and women's both made the playoffs and are playing Portland. It's a really exciting time for San Diego, and I think it just shows the dominant soccer city that it is. And obviously the fan base that we have here in San Diego is a really soccer forward fan base, and we want to continue to push that, continue to bring them out, continue to make them really proud to have us represent them.
Sanji, do you want to go next?
Yeah, congratulations on the baby, Kailen.
Thank you.
I saw the podcast and just with Kenza. Seems like really bringing the team together. Oh, a lot of aunties.
Lots of aunties, yeah.
So, I think you hear it a lot in the media that there's a little bit of like a disconnect between the defense and you, where you're kind of like saving the defense a lot, maybe a little bit too critical. But what do you make of that? And has there been a focus in the training of like connecting the defense and like, I hear you communicating a lot on the field and in trainings, but what do you make of that?
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that statement. I mean, people are going to say whatever they want to say. They're going to read into things. I think obviously we have a back line that's relatively new working together, and we're trying to create those bonds and that chemistry where they know what each other are thinking, they know what to expect from each other defensively and offensively. And that just takes time, honestly. And we have a lot of young players as well who are really developing and trying to develop their game individually with the team. So that's two different things that have got to go together really well to make us successful. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I think they're learning while succeeding, which is really incredible. And it's not linear. It's definitely going to go up and down, and we've seen that all year. I honestly love the back line that we have in front of us. It's really fun to be able to kind of work together and learn together and try and solve problems together. And I think that they're all the kind of player and people that want to learn, want to grow, and want to get better. And ultimately, that's all I can ask for. And that's what I want to see going forward. And I know that, we're going to make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes. They're going to make mistakes. And there's nothing, I'm not holding anything against anybody. I'm going to be there for them if I can be. I know they'll have my back when I need them to have my back. And it's not going to be perfect, but I think we have put in a lot of work together to create that chemistry and those bonds. And we're just going to continue to do that. It's been working in our favor. And I think the long run, we'll see that start to mesh together better.
Do you feel like the team's clicking right now with the setting?
Yeah, I think the last few weeks we've really created a lot of good relationships both on and off the field. Obviously, I think it's a lot easier to create that bond, those relationships when you're winning. And we've obviously had a couple really successful games in the past few weeks, but I do think performances also show that. And I think even last week and the week before, the 2 wins, we put out really strong performances. And I think that really builds the confidence in each other, and it's going to allow us to move forward in the playoffs to kind of continue that momentum.
So last year, the Wave didn't make the playoffs. So what has been the key or some of the key factors this year in the turnaround and your team making the playoffs this year?
Yeah, we were really disappointed last year. We thought we had the talent and the ability. Obviously, there were some external factors that we had no control over, and we were disappointed in our ability to not make it and to not represent the city how we want to. But I think coming into this year, we had a really clean slate. We had a lot of new players, not a new staff. Our expectations of ourselves were high, but I think the expectation on our team wasn't. I think the biggest thing for us going forward from the beginning of the year was that growth mentality, that desire to be the best team and to compete together and really strengthen each other, the iron sharpens iron kind of mentality, and to build this club into something that long term will be generationally successful. And I think going into that and having that kind of growth mindset has allowed us to kind of continue to push each week. I think the one benefit to that is the players that we have in the locker room are incredibly competitive and do not like losing. So having that like long-term growth mentality, but also having the I need to win, I want to be the best on Saturday whenever I get in a game, it kind of is the best of both worlds. So we're building the club with also being able to compete for playoffs, make sure that we're at the top of the table.
Travis, do you have any questions? Sorry,
You don't have to.
I just want to make sure that I give you a chance if you have any from Karthik.
Yeah. How does it feel to get in 3 playoffs in 4 seasons?
Yeah, I think we're really proud. And personally, coming to an expansion club, that's a really big feat. And we're not an expansion anymore. We're really proud to have really established ourselves in the league and put our foot down and stamped our identity. And I think we really wish it was 4. I think last year was really a disappointment. But having won the year before in the Shield and not being able to make it, we were determined to make sure we got ourselves back. And I think that's the identity of this club, is a playoff team. We have to be in the playoffs every year. Anything less is it's a failure.
How much are you looking forward to the game?
I'm incredibly excited. I didn't actually travel to Portland, so this will be my first trip to Portland this year. So I'm excited to head there and get some points and come back home, looking for another way to continue pushing ourselves into the semis and beyond.
Cool. Any last? Do you have one more?
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
I think it's all, we've talked a little bit about it. You've been here since its inception with the club, and here are a lot of younger players talking about how you've been a mentor to them. Now going into the playoffs, a lot of players going for their first time. How is that mentorship role kind of transitioning, and is it changing at all?
I don't plan on changing at all. I think obviously this is a first playoff for a lot of people, and it can be intimidating, it can be intense, but this is what you play all year for. If you don't win the Shield, this is what you're here for. This is the game, this is the day, this is what we've been working towards for 8-9 months now. And I want to continue to push them and enjoy that moment, but I also want to remind our whole team that we've done it all year. We know what we're capable of, we know who we are, we know our identity, and I think the biggest thing is continuing the momentum that we have. We've obviously gone up and down all year, and that's okay. This is the time where we continue to push forward and push upwards, and just want to continue to be our best selves, continue that growth mindset, because that's what's got us here, continue that relentless mentality of competitiveness, to push each other, to get into each other, to be physical, to want to win. And ultimately, I think that's what will make sure that we're successful on Saturday or on Sunday.